Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So a few days ago, the UK Home Office made some changes on gov.uk, and these changes affect everyone on a visa in the United Kingdom. And this update basically is saying that you need to check your visa is correct before you travel. So you have to check your visa details are correct before you travel in or out of the United Kingdom. So if you're currently in the UK on a visa, then you definitely want to watch this video to the end. And if you're also planning to travel outside or back into the United Kingdom from the 1st of January 2025, then you should want to stick to this video to get an update from the Home Office as regards, e-visas and how you can move in and out of the UK from the 1st of January 2025. Now, it's no longer a news that, everyone on the visa in the UK currently have 31st of December 2024 as the expiring date on the BRP. However, despite the fact that there's a grace period of 31st of March 2025 for people to get enough time to register or get themselves an e-visa, it's actually very much important that from the 1st of January 2025 you need to do some of the things that I'll be mentioning in this video that's been stated on gov.uk as regards traveling out of the UK and checking the details on your e-visa. If this sounds like something you like to know, you're currently on the visa in the UK, then you want to stick to this video till the end. And if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, do also hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Reading through gov.uk, it says that before you travel, you should check your e-visa as all the correct details. If there's an issue with your e-visa, there are steps you can take to try to resolve this. And so if you're having any issue, any concerns with your e-visa, they want to take some of the steps I'll be mentioning shortly. And the first thing is for you to sign to your UKVI account to check that your e-visa is linked to your current passport or travel documents. And this is for people who are currently on a visa and are planning to travel in or outside the United Kingdom. You need to sign on before you make any plans to travel, make sure you sign on your UKVI account and ensure that your e-visa is linked to the passport you will be using for your trip. You will still need to carry your current passport to travel with you. So with the fact that we are moving our immigration details from the physical BRP card to e-visa doesn't mean that when you're traveling you don't go with your passport. So for every trip you go while on a visa, you need to make sure you take your passport with you, because your e-visa should have been linked to your passport. So with that passport, they can get details on your passport and then confirm your immigration status in the United Kingdom. So make sure you carry your passport with you or any of your travel documents. You should also get a share code to prove your immigration status before you travel. Your carrier may ask to see it. A share code is valid for 90 days. Now, we've been using the share code in the UK even while still using the BRP card, and most of the times we usually use share code, especially when you're trying to rent, or you got a job and you're trying to prove to your employer that you have a valid immigration status in the UK. We oftentimes provide the share code. So what this is saying now is that, but when we're traveling, we don't necessarily usually get a share code. However, from the 1st of January 2025, whenever you're traveling outside or coming into the UK, you will need to get your share code from your e-visa. So there are ways of doing that. I'll put all of the link in the description of this video. And get the share code, because there's possibility that your carrier might ask for that share code before you're able to move in or out of the United Kingdom. Now, if your RC issued through the EU Settlement Scheme or BRP expires on or before 31st December 2024, you may be able to use your expired BRP travel to the UK until 31st of March 2025, where you continue to have permission to stay in the UK. So as I said earlier, there's been like a grace period. So even though our current visa expires on the 31st of December 2024, you still can travel with that BRP up until 31st of March 2025. So there's no concern at all you traveling with your expired BRP. The grace period has been provided till the month of March. Now, it also says that you should carry it with you. Your carrier may ask to see it, which is a BRP. So you need to make sure you also carry your BRP till 31st of March whenever you're traveling. Now, you should also set up, access to your online immigration status, which is your e-visa, which is an online proof of your immigration status if you have not done it already. Get a share code to prove your immigration status. A share code is valid for 90 days. Now, if you're traveling outside the UK, if you're in the UK with permission and have a UKVI account, you will need to check the information in your account is correct before you travel. So it's not enough to just, get your e-visa sorted. It's not enough to get the share code. It's also important for you to confirm that the details on your e-visa are actually correct, because when you get to the airport and there's a contradiction between the information on your e-visa and on your passport, there might be a concern. You might find it difficult to travel. So it's very, very much important to make sure you confirm all of the details are actually correct. Now, how do you do this? You can do this by checking your immigration status is displayed correctly by using the view and prove your immigration service status service. If your status is displaying incorrectly, report an error with your e-visa. Now, I'm putting all of those links in the description of this video. You can always have access to it whenever you need to. Now, using the update your UK via account service to check the passport you will use for travel is linked to your account. Your personal details are correct. So for those who have like multiple passports, or probably you have an expired or a current passport, you need to ensure that your e-visa is actually linked to the current passport that you will be using to travel. It's really, really important just to save yourself all of the hassle when you get to the airport. And if you have a dual nationality, or neither of your nationality is British or Irish, you will need to add the passport you will use to travel to your account. If you have a passport for both nationalities, you can add both to your account. For British or Irish citizens who hold dual nationality, for those with the right of abode, you will need to show your carrier, for example, airline, rail company, or other transport provider, either your British or Irish passport or another passport containing a certificate of entitlement to the right of abode. So if you have dual citizenship, you need to make sure that you link all of the passports you might have to your e-visa, just to make sure that you don't get to face any hassle or any concerns at the airport. Now, if you're traveling to the UK and you have an e-visa, so if you're outside the UK, for example, you're coming into the UK, it's saying that if you have outside the UK and you have permission to travel to the UK, you will need to check the information in your UK via account is correct before you traveled. We've established that fact already. You can do this by using the view button and ensuring that you're able to get all of those details via your UK via account. Now, if you cannot access your e-visa, and this is one of the issues I've heard people face, if you cannot have access to your e-visa, there's also a way out around this. Now, if you're outside the UK and you cannot access your e-visa, you can get help to recover access to your UK via account. All of the link will also be in the description of this video. If your immigration status is displaying incorrectly, you will need to report an error with your e-visa. All of the links are also in the description of the video. If you're unable to recover your account but have a valid physical document that shows you have permission to travel, you can show this to the carrier. Now, if you're unable to recover your account and have no other evidence of your permission to travel, you should consider applying for a temporary visa and let us re-enter the UK once, and they will let you enter the UK once only. So you need to actually get all this sorted. But if you still find it difficult too, then you might want to apply for a temporary visa to allow you give you access to the UK. Now, if you're adding a different passport to your UK via account, if you're outside the UK and need to add a different passport to your UK via account, how you do this depend on whether your personal details have changed. Your personal details include your name, your nationality, your date of birth, your sex. If none of your personal details has changed, you can add a new or different passport to your UK VI account using the update your UK VI account details service. So if you probably travel outside the UK and you probably your visa expired and you have to renew, if your personal details remains the same as the previous one, you can easily go on UK VI account and update that details. However, if your personal details have changed, probably you got married and your name changed, or any of the important information, your date of birth changed, your sex changed, you won't be able to use the update your UK VI account details service to add a new passport from outside the UK. This means you may experience delay or complications with your travel back to the UK if you use your new passport to travel. So you should consider applying for a temporary visa also, and which lets you re-enter the UK once. Once you enter the UK, you will be able to use the update your UK VI account details to add your new passport to your UK VI account and update your personal details. So this is really important for those who are planning to travel a lot, and probably there's a change in your details on your passport, on your new passport. these are the ways to actually go around this. Get a temporary visa. Then when you get into the UK, you can do the updates. Now, if you're traveling to the UK and you don't have an e-visa, if you're outside the UK, see if you can get access to your e-visa before you travel. You will need an access to a smartphone, a mobile phone number, an email address, your BRP or valid passport with your BRP number, or UK visa application number. So yeah, those are some of the important information around traveling in and out of the UK with an expired BRP, accessing your e-visa to prove your immigration status in the United Kingdom. So this is really important for every visa holder planning to travel in and outside the UK. You need to get all of these things sorted so as to avoid any delay or complications at the airport while you're trying to travel. I hope you find this video informative. If you do, click on the like button. If you have any questions, state your question in the comment section. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do also hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing Going family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.